I remember walking out and it was a brilliant sight under floodlights. All our fans were away to the left as we come out the tunnel, and I think we had about 6,000 or 7,000, really packed the end out. I think the whole atmosphere in the dressing room was a great opportunity, a great stage for us. Nobody really expected anything from us. And we could just go out and enjoy it and really test ourselves a little bit and see what we're about.
So Chelsea about to get the game underway, attacking from right to left in this first half. That's towards the Burnley fans, who are congregated, as I say, in the shed end. We've played 2 minutes and it remains Chelsea 0, Burnley 0, and Burnley have won it back here with Chris Eagles. This is shooting territory. Eagles pulls the trigger, drags it well wide, but we've seen Eagles score from that kind of range before. Is Deco, the Portuguese superstar, out to that right-hand side now. Chance to bend the ball in. It's Ferreira's deep ball. Deco will head just wide, unchallenged. Now they're through here, and a chance for Kalou to get the opening goal. Great save from Brian Jensen, and then the follow-up. He had to be careful not to handle there, because had he done so, he was just outside the penalty area, and it would have been a sending off. But the beast to the rescue. Great goalkeeping from Brian Jensen.
Also their right back Belletti goes off, and Frank Lampard comes in. It's not really it's going to weaken their side, is it?
When he comes on first, you're in a bit of awe of him. Like, this is probably one of the best players in the world coming up against you, and I think he showed how good he was when he came on his first touch of the ball, set up the goal.
Tell us about your battle with Didier Drogba, your personal battle with him.
I mean, it was excellent coming against top forwards like Drogba and Elka, and the young kid that came on was a fantastic player, Santos, as well. So, you know, we were, rather than it being individual battles, we knew that we had to sort of tackle these kind of players as a team effort. And we had to make sure that the shape of the team was as such that we were never really isolated with Drogba, and unfortunately he managed to isolate Duffo the once, and fantastic skill, and as I came over he slots it in the corner, and that's the talent these guys have got.
0-0 the score, 25 minutes played. If they do something miraculous tonight, I think will take something miraculous to win here, but it's not, you know, it can be done, it is possible. If they can do it, then why not do it against the very best, the likes of Lampard and Drogba?
There are 6,100 people to our left who I'm sure are harbouring more than a faint hope that Burnley can cause an upset tonight.
That's Clark Carlisle helping us out with the sunrising duties tonight. Clark suspended. Here's Drogba, he's got it past Alexander, then goes for the bending shot and puts it in the corner, and Burnley concede for the first time this season in the Carling Cup, and it was a piece of genuine class from Didier Drogba.
He's as good as what you think he is, really. He's as big and as strong as what you think he is. I went up for a header in the first 5 minutes, and as I went up for it, he just stood into me, and that's when I realised how strong he was. Although he scored a worldie, really. There's not a lot anyone could have really done about it. It was just one of his special goals, I think, and like I said, it was a relief when he went off.
The gaffer decided to, try and keep it tight, and hit him on the break, in the second half, and I was, holding play for the night, and it went really well according to plan, and obviously they scored a great goal from Drogba, which was a fantastic goal. We didn't go there and try and shut up shop and maybe nick a 1-0 or hold out for 0-0 or just wait for them to score, which I think a lot of teams do. We went and played our way, we went and played 4-4-2, passed the ball, and although we went 1-0 down, I think it showed the character in the team that we've shown since that game as well, that we could come back and get the result.
Here's Blake for Burnley, chipped into the penalty area, Eagles is onside, the angle's tight, great save from the keeper, Akinbaye has put the ball into the back of the net, and 6,000 Burnley fans jump for joy in the shed end. Pandemonium in the shed end as Burnley equalised. It was an absolute dream for Akinbaye, who takes his shirt off, and the substitute has come to Burnley's rescue, and it is at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea have conceded a goal, their first in more than 5 hours, let's not forget, in all football. It's Chelsea 1, Burnley 1.
The minute Addy put the ball in there, that was just it for us. Like, the whole stadium just went wild. Like, all our fans just went wild. It was a great feeling. Like, we knew that once we scored, like, we were back in the tie, and it was just a fantastic feeling.
I enjoyed every minute of it, and then obviously the only downside to it was me doing a mad celebration, pushing all my mates off, which when I watched it I thought I was a bit embarrassed, but as I said, we enjoyed every minute of it, and I think it's one of the best games that probably I've been involved in.
When a fellow senior pro like Adi Akinbaye makes an impact in a game like that, do you feel a special affinity with him?
Yeah, definitely, because you know, once you're over the age of 30, everyone thinks you're finished, and that's it, and asking why you're hanging around still, sort of thing. So no, you know, we're sort of proving that, you know, over 30s have still got a lot to offer, and you know, Adi came on, and it was a great finish from him, and he did really well in the rest of the game for us there as well. So, you know, he sort of, a lot of lads look up to Adi, and it was great for him to score.
Mikel again drops his shoulder, puts a cross in, it's a delicious effort, headed over at the far post. That was Salomon Kalou rising above his marker. Already the Clarets are moving towards the penalty area. Out wide is Elliott. Good teasing ball in. Akinbaye should have jumped in the air. There's a mistake by Kudachini. He's just not at the races tonight at all. And now McCann on the left foot strikes it. Deflection away. 5 minutes to go of normal time. Cross into the penalty area. Lampard's in there. Lampard controls effortlessly down at the byline. Then pulls the cross back. Jensen struggling. Oh, and then Jensen falls on the ball. It was a back header at the far post. 1-1 the score here at Stamford Bridge. It's been a night of real drama, and that is full time. So we're about to go into extra time here. Turn up even more in the closing 15 minutes of the game as we possibly head towards penalties here. Laid off by Akinbaye. Marn with a shot from the edge of the box, and it's into the gloves of Kudachini. It remains 1-1, 20 minutes played in extra time, and now Marn has worked it well to the left-hand side, into the penalty area, might fall again to Akinbaye, picks out Marn just needs to drive it goalward, and it might be a chance, headed clear by Lampard, and then a curious header from McCann is interesting, as Burnley play it back in, Akinbaye with the header, and down goes Kudachini to his left-hand side to pounce on the ball. It nearly sneaked its way into the bottom corner there from Akinbaye. Lampard strikes, and it just whistles past the near post. It bends a cross in delicately. Oh, what a miss! What a miss on the goal line from Alex, the centre-back, who went at it with probably his wrong foot, and he has knocked the ball down. Jensen completely stranded, didn't stand a prayer there, Brian Jensen, had Alex connected correctly. It's a real howler of a miss, and it remains 1-1. Burnley at 1-1, but they're having to defend. Malouda with the 10 men of Chelsea aim to head towards the penalty area, and Colwell, was that Colwell?
It was.
And he's already been booked, Stephen Colwell. He's got to be careful.
Oh, no.
Referee.
Please don't referee.
Oh, he's going off.
Oh,
he's going off. Stephen Colwell is heading for an early bath, I'm afraid. 2 yellow cards make a red, and Colwell is sent off. 4 minutes to go of extra time. He knew what was coming there, and off he goes without much of a protest, to be fair to the Scotsman, who's got to hand his captain's armband to Graham Alexander, and we're down to 10 men each here in the closing minutes.
That's so harsh.
I unfortunately got sent off for 2 bookings. The first one I thought was a really harsh booking, as I always do when I get sent off. But the second one was, I kind of knew what I was doing. I felt it was important to stop him at the time with sort of 2-3 minutes of extra time to go, and I'm just thankful we got through, and luckily I got back on the pitch to enjoy the celebrations with the lads at the end.
The final whistle goes, and we will be heading to penalties.
We've been competing with Chelsea for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and there was only penalties to do now. So even though we were still not under pressure, because even though that we were going to penalties and we were not finished yet, we still have achieved a great big thing. I was a little bit angry at the time because I wanted to stay in the tunnel and watch the end of the game, as you can imagine, with being captain and stuff, and they were adamant that I had to leave the field and go into the changing room where the game wasn't on the television. So, you know, they came to a compromise with me and let me sneak up to the press box, and I sat up there and watched it for the press box.
I was just more nerve-wracking, actually stood on the sidelines, and I'd prefer to have took one, if being honest, but you know, we've always, I think Bry's never lost a penalty shootout, so we were always happy with Bry in goal that he'd do the business. The thing that the gaffer said just beforehand is that, you know, make sure that you don't change your mind, just make sure you want to put the pen, make a decision even before you go to the ball, because Brian's going to save at least 2. All
I sort of said to a couple of lads was just make sure you walk all the way up there, don't jog up there and rush it. Wait till the ref's blown his whistle, but you don't have to take it then. You can still wait a couple of seconds to compose yourself. Just take it in your own time and just don't change your mind.
Graham Alexander steps up. They've lost the toss of Burnley, so it's going to be at the Matthew Harding end. And he pops it into the top of the net. Kudachini dived to his left-hand side, but it struck the underside of the crossbar from Alexander, who seldom misses from the penalty spot.
Sort of just clipped the underside of the bar, which made the heart skip a little beat, but when you see the net ripple, it's a great feeling.
Frank Lampard steps forwards for Chelsea at the Matthew Harding end of Stamford Bridge. Brian Jensen in grey bounces up and down, trying to put off, flapping his hands now, Brian Jensen. Lampard is not full though, and he puts it into the bottom right-hand corner and then runs in and collects the football. 1-1. Alan Mahon is the next player to come forwards, the second half substitute, who's rarely figured this season for Burnley due to injury, but we know he's got a very sweet left foot on him. Kudachini must look big from that kind of range, 12 yards out. Alan Mahon at 1-1 to strike the penalty left-footed into the corner, near side. Excellent penalty, great technique.
What a fantastic penalty. Any penalty that hits the inside netting, keeper has got little or no chance unless he preempts the direction, and goes before you strike the ball. That's a fantastic penalty from Alan.
You just mind games when you see, the striker or whoever it is step up to the ball. They are good players. They can put it wherever they want to put it in the goal. You know what I mean? It's just like to try to figure out where they're going to put it.
It's going to be Wayne Bridge to take the next penalty. 2-1 to Burnley. You've got to take 5, of course. Bridge will... Yes! Saved by Brian Jensen. It was struck right down the middle, and 6,000 Burnley fans jumped to my left-hand side in celebration, and Jensen it is who walked casually away, who might well be the saviour tonight.
We had a little meeting before the game and we were watching like positives and negatives. To be fair, there wasn't many negatives, it was only positives. So the gaffer said, listen, they just lost the game against Liverpool, you know what I mean? So we can do it as well. And everybody started laughing, you know what I mean? It just like broke the ice a little bit.
The beast, such a magnificent presence between the sticks. Come on, Chris Eagles.
Eagles to take the next penalty against Kudachini. Chips it over him into the top right-hand corner, and Burnley have scored all 3 of their penalties. Chelsea just the one from Frank Lampard. Well, it's going to be Salomon Kalou, who's played the entire game, to take this right-footed steps forwards and into the opposite corner. So Chelsea still very much in it.
I never really expected to take a penalty, to be honest with you. He just kind of said, you want to take one? I don't know why I said it, I just said yeah. And I kind of thought, it crossed my mind when I was about to walk up, I thought, why did I say this? But it was just obviously, I've never been in that position before, so it was like hard to compare it to anything else, so it was obviously just brilliant for everyone really.
Kevin MacDonald will be the next to run the gauntlet here in front of the Chelsea fans to our right-hand side.
I've actually only took 2 penalties before. The first one I missed was when I played with Dundee, and then the second one obviously there at Chelsea, and then that's what I said, I don't know why I actually nominated myself to take it. It was after when I was walking up, I thought, oh no, here we go.
Looks a little bit nervous, Kevin MacDonald, and he's having to re-spot the ball. He's referee, Panickety. Mr. Stroud, letting get on with it. Long run up here, right from the edge of the penalty area. Runs forwards into the corner, and Burnley are just one away here from making it through. Great penalty from Kevin MacDonald. So that's 4 penalties to Chelsea's 2.
Obviously it went in, so it doesn't really bother me now.
So 4 penalties to the 1. 4 penalties to 2. Steps forwards into the roof of the net. It's a very well taken penalty by Ferreira.
Come on, Wade Elliott, and if he slots this home, Wade, I love you.
Ironically enough, I think I was the only one who practiced in penalties in training. So it didn't do me a lot of good. The other lads all looked pretty confident and banged them away, and I was the idiot who practiced them for a week.
Wade Elliott on the brink here of something truly, truly special against the Premier League leaders. Wade Elliott has a long look at it. He's got to strike the penalty cleanly against Kudachini. Oh, and a crossbar! Oh, Wade Elliott's put it over. He let the tension get to him. And they've been let off the hook here, Chelsea. And it is the Chelsea fans' turn to celebrate. And the Burnley fans to our left, very, very quiet and pensive.
I knew I hadn't put us out. I knew we were still with the score. I knew we were still in it. So I knew I'd missed a golden opportunity to put us through into the next round, and what would have been a massive win for the club. I was just in a little bit of a daze, to be honest. I wandered back to the halfway, and a few of the lads tried to get me in the group, and I sort of pushed them away and said I just want to sort of be on my own and
suffer in private.
And I think I just had a lot of thoughts going through my head. I didn't really know too much what was going on.
So Florent Malouda here has got to score. Brian Jensen waits on his goal line. Could this be the moment for Burnley? It's right down the middle, and we're at level. 4 penalties each, and we go to sudden death.
Sudden death. This is so. Michael Duff has stepped forward from the crowd. I don't know if there are too many people volunteering at this point now that it's down to sudden death, but
I really didn't want to take a penalty. I had a bad experience a few years ago. I missed in a playoff semi-final at Cheltenham, and I vowed never to take another penalty again. So when it came round, I was nowhere to be seen when they were picking the 5. When Wade missed his opportunity, I think there was 3 or 4 of us, and none of us wanted to take it. So I don't know how I eventually got talked into being pushed forward, and then it was a case of I was just going to smash it down the middle. I wasn't going to take any risks. If he saved it, he saved it, but I was smashing it down the middle, not bothering trying to place it.
He's going to smash this.
Michael Duff has stepped forwards. Credit to him, and he smashes it down the middle of the goal.
He always told me all week, if I have to take a penalty, I'm smashing it straight down the middle. And that's exactly what he's done. Well done, Duffo.
Graham Alexander said to me just before I took the penalty, he said, take a deep breath and just pause for a second before you start your run up. And I did that, and I think it did help. It just so you don't rush everything. And obviously Grez's with his penalty record, it was a good little bit of advice, which I'll thank him for.
So it's you against John Obi Mikel.
Yeah, well, I just had a feeling that he was going to put it there. He didn't look comfortable. I could see it on him, he didn't look comfortable whatsoever, and tried to psych him out, but tried to stare him down, but he didn't look. He was quite nervous. So I actually thought before he took the penalty, I got a good chance here.
I'm not sure the people at home understand how much pressure is on a penalty taker. All eyes are on them.
The Chelsea fans behind the goal looking to suck this in. Jensen will save it! Oh, Burnley have done it! Onto the field they go! The fairy tale has come off, and Burnley have beaten the Premier League leaders on penalties. 6,000 fans in utter ecstasy away to my left-hand side. Burnley are through to the quarter-finals. They have beaten the mighty Chelsea here at Stamford Bridge on penalties. Wonderful save from Brian Jensen. The fairy tale is complete, and Burnley have done it. Their first win at Stamford Bridge since 1971.
I think that put us on the map really after that game. I think everybody just stood up and took notice of Burnley. I don't think many people would have known where the place was before we played them, but yeah, it made everybody stand up and take notice of what a good team we are, you know, that way we can beat anybody on their day. So
we knew they hadn't been beat for a while at Stamford Bridge, so to go there, you know, Championship club, go there and deserve to win was, you know, a real big bonus, and I think it's shown this season. It's, you know, it's stood us in good stead for the season.
Biggest result, you know, shock really that I've been involved in, because you know, I've you know, obviously played a few years now, but for how much we were the underdogs that night, to win was a fantastic achievement, and it was the biggest club result up to that date, yeah.